Thank you, everybody. I think this show was held by all you people, and you people have made this a success. The people who receive the awards are really the people who are the ingredients of this product. I think it's important to also acknowledge that two people whose time is very sort of precious. One is Victor Dada, and two is Adil. Both of you are incredibly inspirational people for everybody. I mean, even though I met Adil only recently, I met him on celluloid actually when I saw The Life of Pi. And I always wondered who he was because if nothing else, in the movie, he looked the handsomest guy that I met on earth. So Adil was the handsomest man that I met on earth. And then when I met him in real life, he looks even better than the movie. So Adil, thanks for your good looks. I think it's very important also to know that Victor Dada, as we call him Victor, he was a senior in school and he was a soprano singer. And I can't forget the gondoliers, you know. We write about it often in our Edmonds magazine, but he was such a fantastic stagecraft person. His singing, his voice, his dancing. And he's one of the few people from India, if not from Assam, other than the Kapoors, who actually went and staged sort of theatre in the center of London, in the theatre district. We have a lot to be proud of him, and I really thank him for giving that honor to my father subtly and nicely. Thank you, Victor. I thank Greenwood Resorts actually. It just suited the green theme more than anything else. And then, you know, the lights in green on the side just helped. Then they put up green elsewhere. So there's nothing more green than this Greenwood Resorts. So I think it's the best place to have a conference for green world and the green future. So thank you, Greenwood Resorts and the staff, for what you've done. I think we have a lot of partners for the forum, and I was just wanting to say that we have had a lot of failures over the last 1 year. And like I always do a balance sheet, this time I won't be too harsh on the balance sheet because of various reasons, and one of them, the central part of any organization is people. And you know, people are difficult to handle. If nature is difficult, people are even more difficult. I faced this in my other businesses, and I face this here. You think you have actually the entire perfect team, you think you have the perfect people, you think you have the perfect investments, you think you've given the best, you think you've taken the best, and suddenly you realize that maybe there's a big gap. And I think at Balipara Foundation, we need to examine what we are doing wrong in terms of people and how to actually help them to be happier and to help them with their aspirations for the future, which is the individual aspiration other than the corporate aspiration. So that's an area that I think we need to look at. When I look at the forum, I think we'll get a poor rating in terms of people. Today is fantastic. So one way I think is to maybe sort of have a way by which we find who are the people who really will benefit from this and who are the people who will really gain from this. I was disappointed with the turnout yesterday and today at this very important session. So if we get a 10 on 100 on that, on the people side, we get 99 on 100 on content. If you look at the content of the last 2 days, it is better than the content that I have seen in many forums across COP. I've been to 5 COPs and 4 COPs. And I think in these COP 28, 21, 18, the content of what we have been doing is action and delivery and people. So I think this is the most successful Balipara Foundation 11th event because of content. So well done, Karishma. We also involve not only the front line, but we actually have to involve foresters. You know, this is an appeal to the government, and this is the appeal that I always make to leaders in states and countries, is that why cannot the chief minister or the prime minister stand up and say, ladies and gentlemen, meaning people of Bharat, people of India, please understand, I'm making a presentation on our natural assets. The value of our natural assets is actually 100 trillion. We are trying to do 3 million of economics when our value of our natural assets is 100 trillion. Hey, have we gone crazy? So I'm saying, why can we not have the Chief Minister and the Prime Minister of the country for the state and the center actually stand up and say, we've got so much land, we've got so much water, we've got so much carbon, we've got so much waste as a resource, we've got so much plants, we've got so much biodiversity. Why can't we value that? Why are we valuing it in terms of only gross domestic product? So I think that would be a real big achievement of Balipara Foundation when I make this appeal to everybody, is that if we can achieve to see that we value nature in real terms, the valuation of nature has three components. One is the value that it actually gives in terms of economics, which is what we all live by. The second is the social impact of that value. And the third is the ecological impact of that value for food and everything else that goes around with life and living. So I think this is an appeal that I think we have to increase the ante for politicians. The larger, broader two messages that I've got, which is lacking both in COP28 in Dubai and actually in many of the conferences, especially with IUCN and other organizations that are so well represented, is the fact that people have forgotten that this is the third pole of the world. There's the South Pole, North Pole, and there's the Himalayas. Meaning, where have people gone crazy? They're trying to find some reason. This is if the Himalayas go, meaning between 1.4 billion, 1.4, 2.8, then the South, meaning more than 50% of the world gets affected immediately. The Himalayas has to be promoted as the third pole of the world and needs immediate attention. This is absolutely a necessity. Last but not least, I've been trying to sell a name to my colleagues. We haven't bought it, but it's a suggestion for all of you to write back and say, you know, when you talk about Congo, you think of the Congo. When you talk about Amazon, you think about the Amazon. But when you really think about this whole Brahmaputra basin, Bay of Bengal, Himalayas, you don't have one reason. So here's the name I offer. I want to call it the Himsagar Bay. Himalayas, the Sagar, the sea, and the bay, from snow line to sea line. This area should be called the Himsagar Bay. So this is really an offer that I have. I don't mind your writing back on voting or whatever, but I think we need a name. If somebody comes out with a better name, it's better. But unless you talk about it with a name and with a description, I don't think it is easy to say that, oh, we come Bhutan and Nepal and North Bengal and all the 7 states and Bangladesh and mangroves. And it doesn't work, boss. Nobody will remember it like Congo or Amazon. So it is absolutely critical that we rename this place. So whether it's South Pole or the Himsagar Bay, I think these are the two things that I've been learning, and through my conferences, I find that maybe these are the two areas that we've not been able to really focus. So once again, Nicholas, Svetlana, Karishma, all you wonderful people, all the awardees most importantly, thank you all for all your support and love and affection over 11 years. Let's hope we can have the energy to continue to do something different every year. This whole new format is really the format of the youth of Gen Z, which is Karishma and her team. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Enjoy the food and enjoy some beverages which exist behind. Thanks a lot. Good night and good luck till next year.